Okay, so that was that. That's it with the right to knows.
H is real good.
H is real good. So I bought 2 sets of the Tuttle Twins books.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those who don't know,
Yeah.
the Tuttle Twins books are a series of books about these twins, and they're, of course, fiction.
Yes.
That promote traditional American values, okay, like capitalism,
Racism, sexism,
all of
fascism.
those things, all the isms, traditional American values, capitalism, free markets, self-reliance, all that kind of stuff.
Golden rule type of stuff.
Golden rule, exactly. Now, they're geared at kids 8 to 11 or 8 to 12 or something. So I bought 2 sets of them, one for grandkids and the other one to donate to the Exeter Community Library.
Nice guide. Nice,
Yes.
Nice thing for you.
Trying to
do.
be nice. So I took the books over there. Actually, wait, I didn't take them over. They were in my car.
You were
I went
driving
in-
by and you threw them out the window at the library.
Yes. And they were urine stained. No, they weren't.
Smell like
They were-
cigarettes and piss. and stale beer.
They were in my car. I went inside and said, hey, I got these books that I want to donate.
Yep.
And the first thing I heard from the woman at the front desk was, well, we don't take donations. I said, you don't take donations?
Really? Because on their website it says donate.
We usually buy our own. You don't take donations. All I'm going to do is give you books for kids to read.
Racist.
Well, maybe we could, give them away. I said, I don't want them given away. I want them put into circulation so that kids can read them. Reading is fundamental, all that shit,
Riff.
right?
I remember that.
Yeah. Well, do you have them? Yeah, I got them out in the car. I go out and get them and I bring them in. And the woman sees what they are. And she goes, I don't know if we can use those. I said, why not? Well, you'd have to ask Laura, who's the children's librarian. Where's she? She's over there in that room where they're wrapping up the book sale. Okay, so I go over there and I say, is Laura in here? Who's Laura? Oh, she's not in here. What do you have? I said, I got these books that I want to donate. Oh, well, we can take them for our next book sale. I said, I don't want to sell them. I said, I want them to go into circulation. Where's Laura? She's over there. You'll have to go ask for her at the front desk. I was just there.
Yeah. Is this Verizon?
So I'm getting the runaround, right?
Yeah.
Back to the front desk. She's not in there. Where is she? Let me go get her. She comes back 3 minutes later after going in the kids' room. Can you leave those with us for us to look at? Well, sure, I can. Pull out one of my business cards, put it in there. Call me.
Oh, you're
Let me know
Jerry
which way-
Gelliff.
Which way you're let me know which way you're going with this. Okay? I just want to know. Okay. I did not hear from them. So I go over to the kids' library. They tell me to go over there. And I knock on the door, and the woman Laura's there. I said, yeah, I dropped off the books, the Tuttle Twin books, and we won't be able to use them. I said, well, why not? Because I just don't think anybody will check them out. I said, you don't think that kids will read books? I don't think anybody will check them out.
Interesting.
Okay. So you're refusing this donation. Let me get this clear.
How?
Well, we just don't think that anybody will check them out. Okay.
Does it
We're
have any
refusing the donation.
child pornography in it? Because we know all of our readers love that. We have plenty of them.
Okay. So I asked Kev to do a little bit of research.
Yes, sir.
What did you come up with?
I came up with, so actually, she's not sure. She doesn't think anybody would read them. So if you go to the Exeter's community library, the website, you can search certain books. So I searched the Tuttle books just to see who around has them. Well, Tulpehocken has them. Boyertown has them, and there's a whole. How many of the books are there?
There's 13 of them.
Okay, so they have a bunch of them, and a lot of them are already checked out.
Okay.
So let me guess. The people of Berks County, because we're part of Boyertown's in Berks County,
Yep.
they will read them there, but a quick trip down 73 and 420 to 662. Nope.
Nope.
The kids at Tulpehocken will read them,
Yep.
but not in Exeter, Berks County.
Not in Exeter. They won't read them in Exeter.
So I also did a little research on the books that I think we all know that have been banned, that have really disgusting things for children to be reading.
Right.
So I did some research, and there was a whole list of different ones that have been banned throughout the country. And this is the sidebar on this, which really drives me nuts.
Yes.
Is that the leftists say, oh, the Republicans, and I'm not a Republican, and neither is Jerry. We're definitely not Democrats, but we're not Republicans. They say Republicans are banning books. Okay, number one, if you're going to cast a stone person that lives in a glass house, you have to understand who was it that was banning Huck Finn and Dr. Seuss. And do people forget? I mean, y'all canceled Aunt Jemima.
Dr. Seuss.
Right? That's what I said. Dr. Seuss, they canceled. The left has been canceling, and they cancel culture for people. I mean, we even talked about it on the show last week. So no one's banning books. No one's for banning books. I mean, they were banning Fahrenheit 451.
Which was about burning books.
Right. But the point is that it's illegal to show children pornography, even if it's in a literary way. If it's writing, you can't even do it.
Right.
So it's against the law. So for these schools and these libraries to have this type of books and make them, like, if you want your kid reading it, I don't agree with it, but that's your kid, and if you want to mess your kid up and over-sexualize them at an early age, that's on you.
You go for it.
Right.
Keep him away from my kid.
But for a public library to have basically child pornography in books that kids under 18 can take out,
yep,
you would think that would be illegal.
I would think that, yes, it would be.
So on that point of one of the books that I found, it's called Flamer. But that book has been banned in certain states all over the country. But Exeter's library has it.
Yes, it does. And what was the...
But not the Tuttle books. The kids will be more interested to read Flamer, which has some very sexually disgusting, explicit stuff in it.
What did we find?
I don't even want to say it on air.
You don't even want to say it? You don't think we can clean it up?
I don't know if you can.
You want to try or not?
Not particularly.
Okay. Then,
you know what I mean?
Because I think that it makes a point.
Well, go ahead then.
Okay, so in one excerpt of the book, the kid who is the protagonist of the book, who is a kid learning that he's gay, walks into a tent or something where three of his bunkmates at a camp are playing a game. And what they're doing is they're taking care of themselves and putting the residue in a bottle.
Well, you're doing very well.
And when he asks them what they're doing, they say, we're putting our residue in this bottle because this is a coming of age thing, okay? So all these kids are right at that puberty age. So they're having this contest, and the kid says to him, we're doing this, we're putting our residue in the bottle. And if you do the action and you don't have any residue, you have to drink it.
Yes, that's in a children's book.
That's in a book that kids can get. In
Exeter's Community Library.
The passage ends with the kid saying, give me that bottle. It doesn't say if he's going to complete the action or he's going to drink it.
Yeah, I don't even want to know.
No, but that is available at the Exeter Library. But the Tuttle Twins that talks about family things is not. No, so let's get to your previous point where you said these books were banned. They weren't banned. They were kept out of the hands of children.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, they didn't get banned. You can still go on Amazon and buy them.
Right.
So they're not banned. But should they be in a public library when kids that are under 18 can take them out? Like, if you want to go in with the parents, they should have if you want to have the book in a public library, then it should be in a section that has to be checked out with a parent supervision.
Correct.
Because this is the point that we talked about before the show, too. And you were like, well, if a kid's 17, I said, no. 18. Can a 17-year-old go to a strip joint? Can a 17-year-old go?
Can he buy Penthouse? Right.
No, right, that side of the thing. So, no, a 17-year-old shouldn't be able to check that out by himself.
Right, exactly. So then what we have is the people of the left calling that a book ban, right?
Correct.
So by not accepting my donation, the Exeter Library is banning books.
Yep.
They're banning books. They don't get to paint us with this when they themselves are banning books.
I agree. It just shows you how socially we've fallen.
It's
like,
true.
You're A-okay with having a children's book talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
It's utterly amazing to me. And didn't Ted and those guys send the library even more money this year?
That was the next thing. So last year, the supervisors gave the library $25,000 more than they got the year before. This year, they got $75,000 more. Ted, George, Vollmer, and Michelle are responsible
for Flamer.
for putting that book in the library, but refusing to have something that would be family oriented.
Yeah.
So those 4 are for banning books.
Isn't Ted associated with Moms for Liberty?
His wife is.
Oh, yeah.
That should work out real well.
Yeah.
Right? The Exeter supervisors, 4 of them who voted for the extra funding for the library, are for banning books.
That's essentially exactly what's happening.
That's their idiot math.
They're stopping it from children being able to get it at a public library.
Right.
So they're banning books for children.
It's dumb. Isn't it stupid? What is the harm in taking these 13 very thin books?
Yeah.
The 13 of them are about the size of 2 large books.
And putting them in your dying dinosaur of a library.
Put them in your library. If in a year nobody has checked them out or they're not getting proper foot traffic, sell them at your thing.
Yep.
Sell them at your book sale. It's perfectly understandable.
Yep.
But like one of the things they said, oh, well, we could take them and give them away. I can give them away. I don't need
Right.
you to friggin' give them away.
Right. So who are you going to give them away to that you don't know anybody that's going to read, not you.
Better point.
You don't know anybody that in the community that's going to read them. Who are you going to give them away to, Miss Librarian?
Who's going to want them? If they won't read them, why would they even want them? What, are they going to use them for kindling? Their logic, quote unquote, logic falls down every time. It's dumb.
Because they just don't want people thinking their hive mind is disgusting. I was talking about this with my wife the other night. Like the hive mind that they just can't break out. They so virtuous too. They think they're so much better than everybody that they control.
That is clear.
They can control the information and what people think.
Stunning, isn't it? That's happening in Exeter. Lest you think it's not, it is.
As a guy who
Book banning is happening in Exeter.
but it's just disgusting. And then someone who has that much control over information of a public library.
They have a responsibility.
There should be an outcry about this.
Should be. There should be. I mean, seriously, they have a responsibility to get information to kids. Just because the information doesn't agree with your mindset doesn't make it wrong.
Here's what we can do, listeners. Go on the Exeter Community Library and look up the Tuttle books and make a request for them.
Make a request for the Tuttle.
There's a little tab that you can say it says availability, whatever, and request.
Yep.
Request them all. Every single one, and do it multiple times. Crash their server for crying out loud.
That's a great idea.